Christmas travel. And we're going to be looking at mostly good weather for the most part, especially today. We're talking about clouds from this morning that have quickly cleared out, but we're also looking at some fog and also tracking a wintry mix that could be arriving on Friday and possibly a slight chance to see some of that as we get into Christmas Eve tomorrow. So looking at clouds and radar right now for this morning, looking pretty good. We're also going to be talking about overcast as we get into tomorrow afternoon. So at least for today, sun and cloud mixture, high temperatures will sit right around the upper 30s. Then we're looking at temperatures trying to drop into the low 30s by Christmas Day. But tomorrow's Christmas Eve, high temperature right around 36 and overcast skies from Christmas Eve all the way into the weekend as well. Notice on Friday, I do have that chance for a rain and snow mixture, but I also want to mention there is a chance for us to even see a rain and snow mixture tomorrow on a Christmas Eve. So let's kind of take a look at some of that as we get into parts of tomorrow. Could be seeing a rain and snow mixture likely trying to arrive in the morning. It looks like we could see some snow, I would say, in the northern half of the area. So here's kind of a closer look at that as we get towards, let's see here. As we get into parts of tomorrow, we are looking at snow mainly in the northern half, I would say, as a possibility. Possibly some mixture of rain and snow that could occur once we get into the afternoon hours here in northeast Wisconsin. Again, that's Christmas Eve. That is definitely going to be a lower chance to see that. It's not going to be a high chance for it, but I would say it's going to be more of a 50-50 coin toss on that. So I would say it's not going to be as aggressive as what this model is showing. It's mainly going to be a scattered light rain, potentially that snow to mix in that could lead to some icing in the area. Christmas Day otherwise looks pretty good, I would say, for the most part. Definitely overcast, but as we get closer to the weekend, as we get into Friday, higher confidence in a system arriving, bringing us some rain and maybe some ice. So it's really dependent on temperatures. Looking at midday temperatures on Friday, the day after Christmas, mid 30s. So we're going to be cooler up north, obviously, warmer to our south. This is going to allow for some rain to develop in the southern half of the state. And then looking at some ice in the northern half of the state as a possibility. This could also mean a mixture of some rain and snow, but I would definitely say areas Greenbay, Appleton, likely going to see rain, but it's possible we could see that line of ice trying to move further south. So to kind of just sum this all up as we get towards the holiday travel today, it was a little bit slippery this morning. Otherwise, talking about sun and cloud mix for the rest of today. Looking pretty good. Otherwise, definitely melting snow. Because of the melting snow, we're also talking about foggy conditions. I'd say developing later tonight could lead to some slick roads tomorrow, in addition to that slight chance for a wintry mix that can occur. Very hit or miss type of system. Not everyone's going to see that. Once we get into Christmas Day, should be dry. Talking about clouds. Foggy conditions, however, so if you're traveling Christmas Day, just be aware of low visibilities. Then once we get into Friday, a mix of a system, that rain and snow system I showed you. By Saturday, should be pretty good to go. But then following that system, we're talking about colder weather returning once we get into Sunday. Looking at high temperatures in the 20s, but falling during the daytime back down to the teens. Early next week, about a week from today, we could see high temperatures only in the teens.